and this is the NFL on EA Sports. In today's game, passing may come at a cost. The Broncos are top 10 in forcing interceptions, and they'll be up against the Chiefs, who will be testing that coverage. With that, let's go out to Sports Authority Field at Mile High. Here's Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Thank you very much, Larry. We are here on a beautiful afternoon for football. Today, it's a matchup in the AFC West between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Denver Broncos. And hello again, everyone. Brandon Guyton alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at this Bronco team, and they've lost 3 straight here, and it goes without saying, I guess, they could certainly use a win.
And how do they get a win? Because they've lost 3 straight, I think it's paramount that they get a fast, clean start to this game.
Meanwhile, for the visitors here, the Chiefs, they come into this one off a bit of a clunker last time out, a loss that ended their 5-game winning streak. The shadows starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their 6'7" quarterback out of Memphis. It's Paxton Lynch.
And there's no getting around it. When you first look at Paxton Lynch, you see his height. You see 6'7". You can't get past it. But don't think that he's immobile. This guy has great footwork, quick feet, and moves around really well. And when you think you've got him...
C.J. Anderson. He's at the 30. And all the way home for a Broncos score. C.J. Anderson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. The very first play from scrimmage, how about that? Talk about setting a tone.
And people always talk about doing exactly that in the first 5 minutes of the game, the first offensive and defensive series. Who's going to gain an advantage? Well, we saw exactly what happened there. A tone was definitely set by the offensive team.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. So here come the Chiefs for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their quarterback, a national championship winner as a Buckeye at Ohio State, Cardale Jones.
And while his frame may imitate a defensive lineman now playing quarterback, don't get fooled at all, because when you see him throw the football, you know exactly why he's playing the position. Wide receivers love playing with this guy because he gives them a chance to go deep and catch the ball.
Caught left side, Bennett. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. We heard them talk before the game about utilizing the intermediate passing game this week. It works for them there. They move the chains.
And we saw them work on it in practice as well. And most teams take a period at a time to work on different things. They put a couple of periods of work into the intermediate passing game, and now we know exactly why. They got the look that they were seeking, and they were able to take advantage of it.
And certainly a key cog in this offensive wheel is Jeremy Maclin.
You've just got to find ways to get him the ball, whether you put him in the slot or put him out on the perimeter.
So 2nd and 10 here. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Throwing Jones. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. The Broncos say they have it. They do.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, there's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
So that's the word from the referee. Neutral zone infraction, 5 yards.
And, of course, the defense is always pointing at the offense about how they drew them across. Flag goes against the defenders on that one.
From the shotgun, it's Lynch. He's got time. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
Holding offense.
So a little grabbing there, but this time it goes against the offense for holding. Lynch to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So a look at Paxton Lynch as he's slow to get up, remaining down after that play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. So leaving the game is Paxton Lynch. And they'll hand things over to their backup quarterback and task him with preserving this lead. On second down, Anderson. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner and the tackler was there right away for a loss of yardage.
Here we go now.
Third and long for Hackenberg. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up fourth. Here's one of 2 Colquitts punting at our game here. This is Britton who gets the first shot.
I know every coach talks about respecting the ball, taking care of the ball. But when it's third and long like that, you're triggered, man. He wants to make a play. And on that one, he's trying to force one downfield to make that play. It just didn't work out.
Yeah, he tried to make the play. A little risky, but it fell incomplete. And now here comes Kansas City. Very tough spot here for the offense to start. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. Being chased out left. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it's a second down.
And it's never a bad decision to slide as a quarterback. You're too valuable for reasons other than your legs to go out there and take those unnecessary hits.
So this brings up a 2nd and 2. Now Jones. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Von Miller in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. On third down, he'll drop in trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And this is recovered in the end zone by the defense. My goodness, what a late turn of events here. That's something you have to be wary of on your side of the field, that close to the goal line. The defense, they are looking for that football. They got it. They scored it.
You are so right, and the quarterback has to speed things up himself. So close to the goal line, they're going to get after you. Make sure you get rid of the football and in a safe place.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
They come up with an offset eye. They run it here. Where? And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. 6 yards to go here on second down.
Here we go.
They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
As a defender, you're eager to be involved in every play. So when the action goes away from you, a lot of times you run after the ball. But in this case, what a terrific job by the defender, staying home and taking care of his responsibilities. And the Broncos go to a nickel set on third down.
Yeah, they've got an extra DB out there. He's got his man on the crossing route.
Holding. Defense.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Charles the lone setback. He's going to get the football. Room here to run. Cuts back left sideline. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. It's a big run there by Charles. And even 60 yards. And the elder statesman with a big run. He's hit that dreaded 3-0. He still can churn it.
I love the way you treat him with respect.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Von Miller in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. He'll look to throw. Screen pass to Charles. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
They're going to look to throw. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Chris Conley with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Chiefs are able to get this back within a touchdown.
This has to be great for the psyche of this offense. Presented with bad field position, they didn't let it stop them. They rolled downfield and scored a touchdown.
Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. They got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Again, Anderson. And he's got some space here. Shedding the tackler that gives him some room. The 20, 10, and all the way home for a Broncos score. C.J. Anderson with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Broncos able to show off their quick strike ability.
Well, Brandon, if we go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator, he showed us his script. Didn't show us everything now. He said, here's the script for the game. I think everything's going according to plan in a big way. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's about as good. That is as good as you can do, I guess. So, well done.
Yeah, well done indeed. Tremendous execution.
And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Now the Broncos heading back out onto the field. Last drive, touchdown surrendered. Here, see if they can stop him.
It's always a constant battle of letting the last series go, good or bad, but especially bad. Give up a touchdown. Okay, forget the finger pointing, forget the blame. Go back out and play the defense you know you're capable of.
It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Chris Conley with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Chiefs strike quickly here for 6 points. That's a heck of a start to this one for him here in the first quarter.
2 receiving touchdowns, just getting the game underway essentially. I mean, there's a long way to go. If I'm on defense, I've got to figure out how to slow this guy down. Because when one guy shreds your team, that's demoralizing. Make him spread it around at least. But right now, he's showing no signs of slowing down.
The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
The offense on your screen now, and our first look at C.J. Anderson.
And what a look it's going to be, making a name for himself rapidly running the football.
2nd down following the run. Thomas, the lone receiver, left. On 2nd down, here's Hackenberg. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. Past the 20. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Emmanuel Sanders, his first touchdown on the year. Broncos able to show off their quick strike ability. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC.
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drives exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. Throwing Jones. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 4 yards on the pickup. And that'll lead here to a third down. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. And he fires one, but incomplete. Martellus Bennett, the intended receiver. And it's 4th down. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears trying to go for it on 4th. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Looking for Macklin, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Aqib Talib. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
When we talk about Aqib Talib, technique is not the word that comes to mind, but don't worry about that. This guy anticipates as well as anyone in the league, and he did just that, picking off another pass.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's brought down. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down. Here's Anderson. They showed off a nice juke of the defender, but the next wave there to bring him down. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
2nd down, Hackenberg. Blitz coming, and down he goes. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. Quarterback was hit.
Now Hackenberg, and he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, on comes Brandon McManus and the field goal unit for the Broncos. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. And McManus able to put it through, and that'll push the lead up to 17. So they recover the fumble but could not take advantage of the short field. They do get 3.
And no one ever turns down 3 points going up on the board, but the offense will go to the sidelines wondering what if, while the defense on the other side, they'll celebrate holding them to just a field goal after giving up such bad field position.
And out come the Chiefs now. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Now Jones rolling to his right. It'll be a gain of 11, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Now a carry here for their fullback. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It's out. Fumble near midfield. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
He doesn't get many opportunities to carry it, so he's got to maximize. In this case, after dropping it like that, I think his number's going to go way down. What do you think?
Yeah, and sometimes those fullbacks, let's just be frank, they usually don't have the hands that the running back does.
And it's hard for them because they do so much blocking. A lot of times, their hands actually get beat up in the process, and it's hard for them to hold on to the football.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one, maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
They run it again with Anderson. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. 1 yard officially on the pickup, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 11. So following the run, we'll see what they do here on 3rd down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
To throw, Hackenberg. All kinds of time. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. It's a big play there for the Broncos. 33 yards. And now a 1st down following that long gain. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Thomas, the lone receiver, left. Hackenberg now to throw on 1st. And his throw here's incomplete. So incomplete on 1st. Let's see what 2nd down has in store. And they're definitely showing blitz here. Handoff comes to Anderson. And he's brought down. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal. They've made goal line offense a priority on the practice field this week. This is exactly the situation they've been prepping for. Nice production there from the former undrafted free agent C.J. Anderson.
And teams always want to bring people in with guys like C.J. Anderson. Okay, he's undrafted free agent. He's done well for us. Let's draft a guy over top of him or bring in someone else. And guess who always ends up emerging? C.J. Anderson. Every single time. Remember that big run in overtime for the New England Patriots in 2015 season?
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Bronco touchdown. Christian Hackenberg with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Broncos will extend their lead. And maybe that was just a case of completely overlooking the guy holding the football.
It certainly felt like it, didn't it? Because on my checklist, okay, as a defender,
QB's last.
running back, fullback, heck, jet sweeps nowadays. Before you even get to thinking about the quarterback might actually keep it.
And the Chiefs now getting set to go. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Going underneath for Charles. It's a 4-yard pickup, and just like that, it's 3rd down. So here we go, a 3rd down after the 2nd down pass completion. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
Let's go. 1, 9,
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Screen pass to Charles. 20. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Jamal Charles with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Chiefs are able to draw a bit closer. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Hey, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, whoever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
Getting set to go again, Christian Hackenberg and company back onto the field. And it's actually been out of the backfield, handing the ball off where they've had a lot of success. So if you're the quarterback, do you just maybe say, maybe this isn't my day, our running game's going so well, you just continue to lean on that?
I agree. That's exactly what you do. And you have to kind of take your ego and put it aside, because you always think your next throw is going to be your best throw, right? Your next play is going to be your best play. Lean on what's working for you right now. That should help carry your team to victory if things keep going in the direction that they are.
Yeah, because the formula has them the lead currently. To throw is Hackenberg, and he will find his man on the outside. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. Completed pass on second down. Now it's third down as the defense looks for the stop. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage, look defensively. To throw, Hackenberg. C.J. Anderson, the intended target, and it's fourth down. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he'll punt it away for the second time. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. This is taken at the 15.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Throwing, Jones. And Conley's got it over the middle. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll make it a second down. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Now Jones. He's got the hook up with Conley. And down he'll go at the 25. Call it a gain of 5. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now back to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. A gain of 13 and also a first down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. They go play action here on first down. And over the middle to the tight end, Bennett. And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line. They'll get 23 yards there. Good enough for a Kansas City first down. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't it? And Marvin right now just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this, or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10. And he goes in motion here in the backfield. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. A dump off for Charles. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
And on second and 10 now. They'll look to throw again. Wide open receiver complete. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Escaping the pressure right. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and short.
Now that's the way you run offense. Understanding your clock situation. Excellent job getting to the sideline and getting out of bounds. That's the way to conserve time.
They'll run now with Ware. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. They give him 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal. They're going to hurry back to the line now. They'll look to throw here. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
And that is caught by Macklin for the Kansas City touchdown. Jeremy Macklin in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chiefs are able to cut into this lead. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. Well, this could be a big turnaround. They get the touchdown here in the final moments of the second quarter. And remember, Charles, they're going to get the ball to start quarter number 3 as well.
So what you're saying is if they take the ball down to start the second half and score again, it could change the entire complexion of this game, couldn't it?
Absolutely. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you on down to our studios in Orlando, where standing by is Larry Ridley with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report. Let's take a look back at the first half. Both the Broncos and the Chiefs have a lot to be happy about after the first half, at least on offense. These teams are finding a way to get into the end zone, and it's led to a fun-to-watch game. So let's take a look at the highlights from the first half. Chiefs line up at the 8. Slant route connection made here, and this will go all the way for a touchdown. Chiefs down by 7. We go now late in the first. Anderson's going to take it up the middle, and he'll run it in from 71 yards out. The lead now at 14. It's a late in the first. Conley's wide open here on the catch. After the long pass, he'll score. Trailing now by just a touchdown. Broncos with the ball, end of the first. The quick pass and completion is made, and this goes 73 yards for the score. That puts them on top by 14. Chiefs have it late in the second. Quick pass and completion is made here, and this 5-play drive goes for a touchdown. Chiefs trail now by 17. So that'll do it for us here in Orlando. For the call of the second half, let's hand it back over to Brandon and Charles. Brandon.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. He'll drop to throw. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab it, and that'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
Now Jones. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me,
now Jones is hit. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Aqib Talib. So that right there was his second pick, but keep in mind, this is a guy who once had a rare 3-interception game in his career.
So what are you saying, that getting 2 in a game, that's like kid stuff for him? That's nothing. He's already done that, right? Been there, done that. You know he wants a third again.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
Holding offense.
So he got his hands a little too far outside. The ref caught him, threw the flag. They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Following the penalty, Anderson. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. 2 yards on the pickup. It'll be second down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. 8 yards here, so that gets him back within striking distance. And now it's third down.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
On third down, Hackenberg. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Here's Britton Colquitt now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. That's taken on the 25. That'll be a 47-yard punt officially, 5 on the return. And the offense will come back onto the field with a 1st and 10. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me. Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, after watching him ring the bell that many times and put the ball in the end zone, throwing it, you had to figure they had to bring some type of pressure. They had to change things up on defense.
And able to get to him, put him on the ground, so maybe just something to throw him off a little bit.
Yeah, that had to feel a lot better for the defensive guys. They've been getting carved up in this one. To finally knock him on the ground and force an incompletion, that's got to be a sigh of relief.
So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage, so as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
Offside. Defense. First down.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first. And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Back to throw. He's got time in the pocket. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
And they pick up a first down, and that came out of the fullback position. But as you and I both know, that doesn't necessarily mean it's a fullback playing in that spot.
So times have changed, right? The old school fullback doesn't really exist anymore.
We're not getting that same player out of college with all the spread offenses, not very many pro style, where you actually have a true fullback. We're having to make do in the NFL and put guys in that spot who emulate it but aren't necessarily that position.
Let's go. 1, 9, 1.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Setting up the screen for West. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Charkandrick West, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are able to get this back within a touchdown. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
So there you go, holding by the offense, and that'll push them back.
Changes everything now as you try and figure out what your playbook has for you. Longer yardage situations, tougher to execute and pick up first downs.
Defense showing blitz. They give it to Anderson. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, and sometimes that just happens. It is the NFL. They will make some plays against you.
Off the play fake, Hackenberg surveying the field, and his throw's going to be incomplete. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. So a 2nd down incompletion now brings up 3rd down. Thomas, the lone receiver, left. 3rd and long for Hackenberg. He goes underneath for Anderson. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Britton Colquitt now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hand.
Welcome back now to Denver. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Fielded at about the 28. Now it appears we've got a Chief moving pretty gingerly down there. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Throwing, Jones. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It's a gain of 5, and it'll make it a 2nd down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
Now Jones, caught here by Conley. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. Boy, that's some kind of effort. When he caught it, I doubted if he could get there. Knew it was going to be close, but credit him. Really good effort.
How about the rack on that play, the run after catch? But most of the time we think of it as just being an open field and picking up yardage. Sometimes you have to be real physical in order to gain the yardage you need for a first down.
5 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it 2nd down. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
And he's brought down. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. So certainly not what they were hoping for, especially on the road. Their starter forced to the locker room. And they'll turn things over here to the backup to see if he can dig him out of this hole. Quick hitter here, it's complete. It'll be a gain of 8 yards. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. And quickly they get to the line. 3rd and long, it's Smith. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Now this will be the 9th play on this drive. So he makes the grab and the chains move forward.
Nice job by the offensive line giving them time to complete that first down pass.
That's complete right around the 8. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Call it a gain of 5. And it'll be 2nd down. And now they're in the hurry up. Throwing again is Smith. This will be caught at about the 5. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. 3rd and 2, Smith. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City.
Brandon, that's climbing the hill. And not only climbing it, but finally getting to the top and over. What a comeback.
What a comeback indeed. I mean, Charles, that was a 3-score deficit at one point that they were facing.
And let's face it, many times teams in that situation, they pretty much pack it in for the game.
And that will make this a 4-point game. Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Time for us to spotlight C.J. Anderson. And we have seen a decline in the numbers. Where does the fault lie? Just him? Maybe the guys up front? Combination?
Well, as you and I both know, it's almost always a collective deal. But in this case, I think maybe the offensive line got a little overconfident. They had blocked so well in the first half, picked up on what the defense was doing. I think we've seen an adjustment now that they have not picked up on, and now they're being a little bit overwhelmed. Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
And he's brought down after a good game.
He's come a long way since his time at Georgia Tech. What did he run at Tech? He ran hitches and go routes, essentially.
Yeah.
I mean, but he ran them really well. He averaged well over 20 yards a catch while he was there. And he still creates downfield in the NFL. That big body and that willingness to go catch the football. He's pretty impressive.
And his friends call him Bebe, a nickname his uncle gave him back in the day. And, of course, the quarterback in this situation, he's realizing time is becoming a factor. Let's see if they can get some points on the board here late. Second down, Hackenberg. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's third. And let's see what the defensive coordinator may have up his sleeve here to try to get this final last stand and win this football game. Third down now, it's C.J. Anderson. And an alley to run. C.J. Anderson. And all the way home for a Broncos score. C.J. Anderson with his third touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Broncos have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. He's got the hat trick now of rushing touchdowns. Also has his team the advantage.
And I'm looking at it two ways here. If I'm on defense, I don't care what they do now. I commit as many people as it takes to slowing him down running the football. Even if they want to hit me over the top on play action, I just don't let him beat me that way anymore. And if I'm him, I'm in the huddle calling the plays myself. I don't care what play call comes in. I tell my quarterback, guess what? You're handing it to me again.
And if I'm the quarterback, I'm saying, okay, that sounds good, right?
Smart quarterback.
And now here comes Kansas City. Back to throw, Smith. Screen pass to Charles. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He'll look to throw. Setting up the screen for West. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed, as that's going to move the chains. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Back to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Back to throw. Steps away to his left. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. So the offense takes the timeout, and they are back out and ready to rock. He's back to throw. And this is incomplete.
Timing is crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down in bounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that's going to bring up a fourth down. Now let's see. Yeah, the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. Desperation time for Smith on 4th down. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Give him 18 yards on that one. And on 4th and long, somehow they're able to keep the drive going. And they're going to speed things up here. They'll look to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off.
And that one, oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. And they will take a knee here. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game.